Hi, my name is Carl and I'm a software engineer on the Google Chrome team. In this video, I will describe how to integrate with the Chrome Web Store Licensing API. Suppose you're creating a web app. The Chrome Web Store makes it easy to charge people to use that app wherever it is running. Users will purchase access to your app right from the Chrome Web Store. To check whether a user has paid for your app, use the Chrome Web Store's Licensing API. The Licensing API takes two inputs: the app ID and the user ID. The app ID is the ID the Chrome Web Store assigns to your app when you first create it in the store. The user ID is the Google-provided OpenID URL. Typically with OpenID, the user ID is not shared unless the user explicitly grants permission to the application. However, Google Chrome grants this permission automatically when the user installs the application. Users in other browsers will still see an approval step. A number of OpenID libraries may be used to determine the OpenID URL. To see a comprehensive list of libraries, just visit wiki.openid.net/libraries. Some specific OpenID libraries you can explore are the following. For Java, you can try OpenID for Java. For Python, try using Google App Engine's Django OpenID. You can find more information on how to use OpenID in our documentation. The Chrome Web Store doesn't allow just anyone to call the licensing API. The store will check that the caller is authorized to make a licensing API check for a given app. In this way, we provide separation among the licensing data for various apps. The developer that creates a web app in the Chrome Web Store is the only user with permission to call the licensing API for that app. In order to securely authenticate the owner of an application, we use OAuth access tokens. These tokens prove that you have the right to call the API. We automatically provide you with an OAuth access token in the developer dashboard for each app you own. An OAuth access token is really a token and a token secret, but I just refer to them as an access token. To create a token, go to the developer dashboard and follow the link labeled Auth Token. The next page explains what you need the token for, and at the bottom of the page, you will see a button to generate the OAuth access token. When you click that button, you will see the values for OAuth token and OAuth token secret fill in. Those tokens are scoped so they will only work to access the Chrome Web Store Licensing API and cannot be used to access other information from Google. Please note that the Chrome Web Store will not display these values more than one time for security reasons, so don't forget to copy them to a secure location before you leave the page. If necessary, you can return later to generate a new access token. Now, you should have all the data you need to call the licensing API: an OAuth access token, a user ID, and an app ID. Let's look at the details of calling the API using HTTP. The licensing API endpoint is simply a URL containing the app ID and user ID. The app ID and user ID must be URL encoded. To call the licensing API, you need to add OAuth signature parameters. You can use an OAuth library to sign the HTTP requests. Visit code.google.com/apis/gdata/docs/client-libraries.html for a list of libraries that may be used to perform these API calls in various web development languages. The signing step needs the following pieces of data: the consumer key, this is always anonymous; the consumer secret, this is also always anonymous; the token, and the token secret. The consumer key and consumer secret are anonymous because you, the developer, are granting access to the application you own. JSON is the default response format for API requests. This response will indicate whether the user should be granted permission to use your app. If you prefer the Atom format, you can specify alt=Atom in the URL. To learn more about the Chrome Web Store and how to integrate with our licensing API, just visit code.google.com/chrome/webstore.